tomorrow's match?
Look, the morale's been high. Obviously, we've been through a tough period over Christmas without a game for 4 weeks, but I think the boys are superb. We more than deserve to get in the final. So yeah, look, morale's high, and yeah, we're really looking forward to tomorrow's game against Melbourne City.
And it's the first home game of the year. You were a player yourself. What is it like playing at home, and how excited are the boys to get back in front of their home crowd?
Yeah, the boys are buzzing. You know, we had quite a few games over Christmas cancelled due to the COVID situation, but the boys love playing here. You know, we love having the fans obviously behind us here. It's a fantastic stadium, and yeah, the fans really get behind us. And I'd say the boys have performed here the last couple of games at home, and yeah, I'm really happy to be at home and can't wait for the game.
A lot's changed in the last couple of years, just with the way that the winning streak that you guys are having. What is going on at the club? How is this happening, and what are your thoughts ahead of the rest of the season?
Look, the past is the past. You know, clubs go through difficult periods. I joined the coaching the academy with my assistant Sergio Raimondo a couple of years ago, and we laid a foundation, and that was to develop good players, bring good players in. And you saw last season, you know, Luke Kowal, Jing Reese, players that went overseas to top European clubs, as well as the likes of Dan Hall, Max Ballard, you know, all these boys that came in last year through the academy and really helped the first team last year. Got a bit of experience in for me when the league last season probably wasn't the strongest it's ever been, so it was a great opportunity for them. But look, this year everybody in the league has recruited well. You know, some teams have big budgets this year, and you know, for us it was about continuing to bring young players through. And when I got the job, you know, my remit was to continue developing young players, to be astute in the market and bringing good visa players that wanted to be here, not for a holiday, but to come and actually, you know, really reinvent themselves and push themselves on. And I think you see with Maresh, Sai Goddard, Benny Nicololo, you know, three young players that, you know, came here to join the club, to help the club be successful, and hopefully from there in the future they can push on and fulfil their potential. So look, for me it was about putting a squad together that what good enough to compete against everyone in the A-League, minus, you know, the budget and anything that people talk about. It's 11v11 at the end of the day, and when we go out on the pitch we try to win every game, and nothing will change for us.
Thank you so much, and all the best for tomorrow.
Thank you.
Hey Monty, and you mentioned, like, I guess the youth development and the Mariners have had so much success in that over the past 2 years. Is it something you'd like to see other teams do? I know you can't really comment on their situations, but is it something you'd like to see more of to help develop Australian football?
Look, I think the national team would like to see more of it, and no doubt Graham Arnold would like to see more of it. But at the end of the day, every club's got their own, you know, prerogative of what they want to do. But for us, you know, at times it's a necessity. You know, we don't have the funds to bring players in, and that's not a complaint. That's what, you know, I think that's what makes this club unique. That, you know, we're the underdog, and we know we've got to do things a little bit differently, and that's why we put a lot of our time and effort and resources into scouting, you know, bringing players in from Australia and overseas, and obviously really developing the young players that are at the club, and showing them there is a pathway into the first team and overseas, because that pathway has been shown last year. But like I always say, it doesn't matter how young you are, you have to be good enough. You know, if you're not good enough, you don't play in the first team. So, you know, the boys have to be good enough. They have to be ready. And for us, it's about trying to accelerate their development. And that's what myself and Sergio did last year and the year before in the academy. And we're seeing boys come through now that they know the expectations of playing first team football, and we'll carry on that. And always have a big involvement in the academy moving forward, because it's vitally important to this club.
And in terms of the league table, there hasn't really been, I guess, like a standout side. And if you guys were to win your 2 games in hand, you would go top or 1 point behind, depending on MacArthur's result. Do you think that, like, winning the league or coming first in the table is a realistic achievement? And is it something, I guess, obviously you're aiming for, but is it something you're kind of referring to the players now? I know only 5 games as, like, and it's something we can do.
Look, it's early days. We've played 5 games. To be honest, we don't really look at the league table. We just look at the next game. And, you know, I said at the start of the season to the boys, you know, we're in the FFA Cup, we're in the A-League. You know, if anyone comes into anything not wanting to win it, then they're in the wrong job. So for me, it was about concentrating on us. Everybody wrote us off, which was fine. And again, we're in the FFA Cup final now because we deserve to be there. And if we perform and if we keep being consistent, then hopefully we can win more games of football. And if we do that, hopefully at the end of the season we'll be in the top 6 and we'll have a chance of competing for the A-League Grand Final. But so much football to go, and yeah, we don't even think about that now, to be honest.
Thanks. Best of luck tomorrow.
Thank you.
Yeah, you guys sit only 5 points behind ladder leaders despite being 2 games behind. How much confidence and praise do you have in your boys in staying in the fight despite the COVID interruptions?
Look, we've had biggest COVID interruptions as anybody, and I think it's going to carry on throughout the season. No doubt. Every week there'll be certain players from clubs that go down with it until the whole squad's had it. So yeah, it's no different to anybody else. We just get on with it. We don't have a massive squad, but we got young boys that if they need to come in, then I've got no hesitation in throwing them in, and I'm sure most clubs will be in that position throughout the season. So yeah, like I said, not interested in the league table, just interested in the next game, and that's Melbourne City tomorrow, and we'll go into the game the same as every game and wanting to win the game, and we'll prepare to go out and give everything for the fans at home. That'll be first home game of the season for them tomorrow.
Yeah, 4th consecutive clean sheet following the victory against Sydney FC on Tuesday evening. How much praise do you have for your backline considering how young they are?
Massive praise, but not just for them. You defend with 11 players. Mark Berrigetti's been superb, and we defend from the front. So for me, it's not about the back 4. We score goals, and often that starts from the back as well in build-up. So it's always about the team. It's never about an individual or an individual unit. It's one unit and one team, and we all help each other out. And that's the mentality of these boys. But look, clean sheets win your games. We know that. And the boys have put the body on the line in numerous games. So yeah, obviously very, very young back 4, learning every week. Still got a lot to learn. But yeah, obviously happy with the clean sheets. It's always a good start to have.
Yeah, and just finally, Kyle Rowe's just been upgraded to national duties. He's more experienced man in the back line. Is it something you strive for your players to achieve, or is it national duties, or is it just trying to get that game-to-game basis?
No, for sure. You want your top players being recognised at international level, and I think it's been a long time coming. I think no one deserves it more in the A-League than Kai Rolls. He's been outstanding all season, even last season. His consistency, and when you're picking players on current form, for me, he's in the A-League. He must be right at the top. But I think Kai's a shining light for everybody else, and I've said it before. There's hopefully now the young players can start to be recognised as well for national team selection at junior level, because I think in the past that's not been the case. It seems a lot of time the young international players are picked from the badge that they wear and the shirt that they wear, and not for the individual and the form. And I know that's something that the national teams are looking at, making them stronger, the younger teams as well, because we've got boys out there that are very young that have never had an international call up at any level. So hopefully, if they keep playing and keep performing and keep being consistent, then they'll get the recognition as well. But Kai's a great example of keep working hard and you get what you deserve. And delighted for him. He's a humble kid, and no doubt he's got a massive future ahead of him. So fantastic, he's been recognised.